So, you're out in your garden, you spot some pests, and your first thought is, reach for that chemical spray, right? Well, hold on. What if I told you there's a better way, a different kind of pest control it's flying around your backyard as we speak. And get this, it works for free. Okay, let's get into it.
This isn't just a theory. Take this quote from a birder, Vince S. He said, "I watched a house wren systematically demolish an aphid infestation on my rose bushes. It made my expensive insecticide look like amateur hour." I mean, picture that. He's standing there, probably dreading the whole process of spraying his roses, and this tiny little bird just comes in and takes care of the entire problem. Just like that. Faster, better, and way more efficient than anything he could buy in a store. It's the perfect way to kick this off.
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. It begs the question, what if the best pest control doesn't come in a bottle? What if we've been looking at this whole thing completely backward? The most effective, most sustainable solution might have been right under our noses, or, flying over our heads this whole time. And all we have to do is just invite it in.
Okay, so to really wrap our heads around this, we've got to do a complete 180 in how we think. You see a bug munching on your prize-winning tomatoes, and what's your first thought? Problem, right? Emergency. But from nature's point of view, it's a completely different story.
And this slide just nails that difference in perspective. For you, it's pests, damage, a huge problem. But for a bird, it's a 5-star all-you-can-eat buffet. It's food, it's fuel, it's a chance to feed the family. Seriously, once you start seeing your garden through a bird's eyes, the entire game changes.
But here's the thing. It's not just a random free-for-all where any bird eats any bug. Oh no. Think of it like a highly specialized company. Nature has assembled this incredible workforce, and each employee, each bird, has a very specific job description. They're equipped for totally different tasks, and together they cover every single part of your garden, from way up in the sky right down into the dirt.
So first up, let's meet the Air Force. These are your aerial insectivores. We're talking swallows, martins, flycatchers. These guys are the fighter jets of the bird world. They're doing these insane acrobatic maneuvers, just plucking insects right out of midair. And get this, a single colony of purple martins can eat thousands of mosquitoes in one night. I mean, come on, your bug zapper can't even come close to that kind of efficiency.
All right, next on the payroll, we've got the tree surgeons. These are your woodpeckers, nuthatches, and brown creepers. Their specialty? Finding those sneaky pests that hide where other birds can't get them. They're literally digging into the bark, going after things like wood-boring beetles and carpenter ants. A pileated woodpecker? One bird can take out an entire carpenter ant colony. That is some serious pest control. And of course, we can't forget the ground patrol. This is your boots-on-the-ground squad. Think robins, thrushes, sparrows. They are constantly turning over leaf litter, digging through the soil, hunting for grubs, cutworms, all that stuff that messes with your plant roots. And some of them, like the toohey, have this awesome signature move, a special 2-footed scratch that uncovers bugs other birds would just walk right over.
Okay, so we've met the team, right? The Air Force, the tree surgeons, the ground patrol, an amazing crew. But what exactly are they eating? Let's zoom in a bit and look at the actual menu. What are the specific pests they're going after in your garden, like right now?
And this is where it gets really cool. Check this out. It's like a perfect matchmaking service. You've got a caterpillar problem? Boom. Cuckoos and orioles are on the case. Aphids are running wild on your roses? Don't worry. Chickadees and wrens have got you covered. Beetles? Robins and grackles love them. It's incredible. For pretty much every pest you can think of, there's a bird out there that thinks it's the best meal ever.
But if there's one item on that menu that's the absolute #1 chart-topping hit single, it's the caterpillar. Caterpillars are basically the universal bird food. Think about it. They're soft, they're easy to catch, they're easy for baby birds to swallow, and most importantly, they're just jam-packed with calories, protein, and fat. They're the perfect power snack for a growing bird.
And that little detail about growing birds, well, that brings us to the real heart of the matter, the most important reason for all of this. See, this obsessive, nonstop insect hunting, it's not just about the adult birds grabbing a quick lunch. It's about something way, way bigger. It's about the next generation. Just look at this number, 96%. Let that sink in. 96% of all land birds in North America feed their babies exclusively insects. Even birds you think of as seed eaters, like a cardinal at your feeder, when they have babies, they switch to an all-bug diet. It's non-negotiable. Without insects, those baby birds just don't make it. And the reason is really specific. It's all about insect protein. It's not just food, it's a very specific kind of fuel.
Insects have this perfect mix of amino acids that baby birds need to grow at an absolutely explosive rate. I mean, going from a tiny little hatchling to a bird ready to fly in just a few weeks, that takes some serious fuel. And seeds and berries, they just don't have what it takes.
And the scale of this operation is just mind-blowing. Let's go back to that little house friend from the beginning. A single pair of them, just 2 tiny birds, can make over 600 feeding trips to their nest in one day, each trip carrying a bug. Now imagine that multiplied by all the other birds nesting in your yard. We are literally talking about hundreds of thousands of insects being removed from the area. It's a massive, massive operation.
And it's not just a numbers game. It's incredibly sophisticated. The parent birds are like master chefs, curating the perfect meal for their kids. They don't just shove any old bug in there. When the chicks are tiny, they get tiny food, like aphids. As they get bigger, they graduate to medium-sized caterpillars. And then, finally, as fledglings, they learn how to tackle the full-size stuff. It's a perfectly calibrated step-by-step meal plan. All right, so by now you're probably thinking, okay, I'm sold. Where do I sign up? How do I hire this amazing pest control team? Well, the best part is, it's actually way easier than you might think. You don't need to fill out any paperwork. You just need to build them a nice place to work.
And the number one most important, single, biggest thing you can do, plant native plants. It's that simple. Why? Well, because the insects in your area evolved over thousands of years to eat those specific plants. This chart says it all. Native plants can support 300 to 500% more insects than non-native ornamental plants. And what did we just learn? More insects means more bird food. More bird food means more birds. And more birds means, yep, more free pest control.
So, here's your simple 3-step action plan to become a habitat hero. Step 1. Plant native. Just one native oak tree can support over 500 species of caterpillars. That's a buffet right there. Step 2. Add water. It doesn't have to be fancy. Even a shallow dish on the ground makes a world of difference. And step 3, this one's crucial. Go chemical-free. Put the sprays away and let the natural predator-prey balance do its thing.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The goal isn't to have a completely insect-free garden. That's actually the opposite of what you want. An insect-free garden is a dead, sterile garden. The real goal is to have a balanced garden, a living ecosystem where the insects are there to be food for the birds, and the birds are there to make sure the insect populations don't get out of hand. It's a beautiful system.
So I want to leave you with one final thought. The next time you're in your garden and you see a bug on a leaf, what are you going to see? Are you going to see a pest that needs to be destroyed? Or are you going to see bird food, a vital link in the chain, and maybe, just maybe, the next meal that helps a baby bird learn to fly?